I've been kind of going through and doing tiny little models of bigger builds that I've done with the river piece because I thought it would be really cool to have them all in one place. Maybe you're looking for ideas for how to use the river pieces, because I definitely am, and I always kind of forget different things that I've done. This is like a really cool idea for the river pieces. This is quite a basic thing. Obviously you could have it square, you could have it long. I actually think the best way to do it is like having a really long river, and this looks more like a bridge. I guess it's not really a bridge, but yeah, I think this looks really good, and it's so simple, really switch friendly too, because you don't have to use the corner pieces or the side pieces. You can just use the big ones. You could even just use like the even bigger ones. I chose to put clock towers inside these because I think they look really good. But yeah, overall this one's really fun and probably the easiest one to do. Obviously a little Mickey is always very cute. This is actually my first little Mickey that I've ever done. I spent so long, probably like 30 minutes, which is quite annoying to make this. So I thought I would show you guys this in the video so you didn't have to figure out the spacing and which ones to use. I used 2 of the big round ones. You could use any of the round ones. Then I used 2 corner pieces on the middle, a 2 gap, and then 1 of the single ones, wrap it around another inside piece, 1 small piece, and then a big round piece, and 1 single piece. I really wanted to show you this because it took me a very long time to get the shape. It's still not perfect, but I think it looks really good, and I am really hoping to use this in my next like Toontown. I think it would be so cute. This next one is a pathing that I've been thinking and concocting in my head, but I've never actually done it in a build. When I do it in a build, I'd love to like zigzag loads and also have like other zigzags off of it and have like big water pieces. I just feel like this is really cool. You could really like fill up a whole biome of water pieces and only have the empty bits as like a pathway. I just put the mushroom house to like show that it's going up to a house. But yeah, this one's actually a little bit difficult to do. I just started with a corner piece, a straight piece, and then I did a inside corner, outside corner, inside corner, outside corner, and then on the other side, instead of starting with the inside corner, I started with the outside corner and just did it like that. When I wanted to go the other way, I did 2 inside corners on the last outside corner and then an outside corner. It was kind of difficult to like figure it out, but if you just follow that pattern, like you could make it. I just cannot wait to do like a big zigzag build. I'm really excited for it. I think it'll look so good. The next build that I did with the river kit is a donut, but a donut with something empty inside. I would actually prefer this as a fancier sort of style, but I just put some basic foliage so it didn't look so bland. But I think this would be perfect in a city build. You could even conjoin it with this one and have the pathing fencing and then have this all paths and have a fountain in the middle. I would even probably swap these pieces for the smooth ones. I feel like the smooth ones are a little bit more like city vibe. Like I would use them more in my city because they feel a lot fancier than having like a lot of the foliage popping out. But this is pretty simple, and honestly you could do a different shape to this too. It's actually not even. It's quite uneven, like not all sides are the same. So I don't think you even really need to follow a pattern. I just did the inside first, which was like a straight piece, however big you want it, and then do an inside corner and then a big one of these. You can really make the river as thick or as skinny as you want. I like this size though. I think it's pretty good. This would fit in a lot of builds. But when I first think of river pieces or like river kit, this is what I think of. The quintessential river, which is so easy. And I also feel like this one's very switch friendly too, because you're using a lot of the big pieces. I used a lot of the single pieces. Actually, no, I didn't really. I just used single pieces over here. But you could just use like the thicker, longer ones. And it doesn't actually use up that much items, even though like it's a really big build. But yeah, I love doing these rivers just so I can put in these little boats. I just think they're absolutely adorable. I also feel like the easiest way to do like big thick rivers like this is just to place the like thicker ones first and then outline them. I was kind of contemplating doing very close to the edge, like very square, and you could definitely do that. I kind of went in between flowy and square. I've got very square edges and I just added a little bit of bump out. But I think my favorite thing to do is like really adding a lot of different bump outs and making it super flowy and like organic. But yeah, this next idea I have kind of irritates me a little bit because we obviously can't walk on these, but I think stepping stones is a really cute idea to do in builds. Obviously, you don't have to do them like long and skinny. You could do them even longer. I did add in these like littler ones so you can kind of see how those look. I just think they're so cute. And all it is the inner corners and some straight pieces. It's also kind of cool even if you didn't use these as stepping stones, but as little like bits in your river that kind of like stick up. I don't know, I think they're a really cute touch. You could even do like way bigger circles too and have a little like tree in the middle. I really like it. I think I'm gonna do this in a build very soon because I really love the idea, but I think I'm gonna move each stone over just a tad so it's a little bit like zigzaggy. I think how I'm gonna do this in my next Toontown, I'm not gonna do it because I think it's gonna take ages to do it. I won't show it, but basically like stepping stones to a big river piece where I'll have Donald's boat. So stepping stones to Donald's boat. I just think it would look so cool, and it doesn't necessarily have to be straight. I think I'm going to do like a windy little stepping stone path to his house. I don't know, I'm really excited. I wanted to talk a little bit about all the different things that you can put on the river. Obviously we have the scallywag dinghy. We also have the other little touristy boats that we got from the premium shop, so those can also go in there, but they have to go in like bigger ones, so I don't use them as often. We can put fountain tiles underneath, which is really cool, and most things that go in the sky can also go on top of river pieces, and you could also have things like in the river as these are on top, which is really cool, like the fireflies, the lanterns, all of those work. We have two different types of like the lily pads, and then, well, I guess those are lily pads too. Obviously all the normal river stuff, we've got the swan, but another cool thing that we can do is you can actually put this rug underneath, and it has this really cool effect, like a wider sort of water with the like petals in them. I really love the look of it, and I actually do this quite often. I think a really good use of this would be like a really nice circle river piece and then the little rug inside. I think it's so cute. This is kind of what it looks like inside the water. Obviously this isn't a very good spot to show it just because it's like square and it doesn't really fit, but it is such a cute touch to add if you didn't know it already. Anyways, that's all for all of the river piece ideas that I have. I'm really excited to try some of these out. It was really fun to just like sit down for a couple of hours and just play around with the river pieces. When they first came out, I was really obsessed with them. I use them in almost every single build, but I just feel like I kind of put myself a little bit in a box with doing the same sort of thing over and over again. So I'm really excited to try out some new things in future builds. But yeah, hopefully this gave you some inspiration. And I would love to see if you guys have any like cool river builds or you use these in builds. Please send them in the Discord because I absolutely love seeing your builds. But yeah, I hope you have a really good rest of your day. Bye bye.